Everyone's talking about retiring early, quitting the grind, and finally being free. But what if the freedom they're selling you is actually just a prettier cage? The influencers posting from Bali with a coconut and a laptop aren't lying exactly, but they're definitely leaving out the part where the cage has really nice curtains. Let's talk about what's actually driving this movement. Because early retirement isn't new. It's just been rebranded, optimized, and monetized for a generation that watched their parents work until 65 and thought, absolutely not. The FIRE movement, financial independence, retire early, sounds like a philosophy, but for a lot of people, it quietly became an identity before it became a strategy. Here's the thing nobody puts in the thumbnail. Retiring at 35 doesn't stop time. It just changes what you're doing while time passes. You still wake up, you still need purpose, you still need structure, and if you don't build those things intentionally, Monday morning hits different when there's nothing to show up for. The contrast between the dream and the reality is almost poetic in its cruelty, because the same person who spent 3 years obsessing over their savings rate and index fund allocations often finds themselves 18 months into freedom, borderline depressed and scrolling job listings at 2 in the morning. The highlight reel shows the beach. The blooper reel shows the existential spiral. Psychologically, this hits harder than most people predict, because human beings are meaning-seeking creatures, not leisure-seeking ones, and there's a mountain of research showing that unstructured time without contribution corrodes self-worth faster than a bad market. Even figures like Nassim Taleb and Viktor Frankl, from completely different worlds, converged on the same idea. We don't want rest, we want meaningful struggle. Now look, history has cycles here. And the 1990s dot-com boom minted a wave of early retirees who were back in the workforce by 2003, not because the money ran out, but because the silence got too loud. Each generation discovers this lesson fresh, convinced their version of early retirement is different, smarter, more intentional, and sometimes it is, but the emotional math tends to rhyme. Early retirement fits neatly into the broader human pattern of chasing the next horizon, only to find that the horizon moves with you. It's less a destination and more a philosophical trap dressed as a financial goal. The Reddit communities and YouTube comment sections are full of people 2 years into FIRE, saying things like, I started a small business, or I went back part-time, which, ironically, is just called having a job with better boundaries. Let's bust one big myth right now. Early retirement does not mean you stop working. It means you stop working for survival, and that distinction sounds empowering until you realize most people don't actually hate work. They hate bad work environments, bad bosses, and the feeling of having no choice. Fix the environment, negotiate flexibility, build skills that give you options, and suddenly retirement becomes unnecessary because you've already built the life. The practical lesson history keeps teaching us is that the number isn't the goal, the rate of spending is. And someone with $800,000 and a 2% withdrawal rate in a low cost of living city is more retired than someone with $2 million in San Francisco lighting money on fire on avocado toast and anxiety. Discipline around spending is boring, unsexy, and worth approximately 1,000 times more than any influencer's course on passive income. The strategy, then, is less about hitting a magic number and more about engineering, optionality, build multiple income streams, keep fixed costs low, stay intellectually engaged, and treat your portfolio like a business, not a finish line. Position sizing matters here too. Don't bet your entire identity on one version of retirement, just like you wouldn't put your entire net worth into a single stock. The irony we're sitting with is that the people who seem most free in early retirement are almost always the ones still doing something that looks suspiciously like work. They're consulting, creating, teaching, building, they just own the calendar now. The influencer who retired at 32 and posts about freedom 3 times a week has in fact built a media job. The audience just doesn't see the editing suite or the brand deals. Philosophically, what we're really after isn't retirement, it's autonomy, the ability to say yes to the things that matter and no to the things that don't. And you can start building that today without waiting for a specific number or a specific age. Discipline, consistency, and right-size risk across time are the actual compound interest here, not just the financial kind. If you're genuinely preparing for early retirement or financial independence, respect the math, respect the psychology, and for the love of everything, have a plan for Tuesday afternoon in year 3, because that's where the real test begins. The goal isn't to escape your life. The goal is to build one you don't need to escape from. And whether that life includes real estate, a side business, or just a smarter mortgage, we can help you get started with real estate investing, home contracting work, and finding lenders. So check out our links in the description below.